Hi, we just finished meeting for intonation practice on Wednesday, October 20th. And we're starting with nice to meet you, would be super choppy. So you're going to connect nice to meet you. The T and the Y together make a cha. And you can say you if you want, or you can change it to ya. So the first way is with the chew. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Or if you want to change the you to ya to make it more casual, nice to meet ya. And if you're the one returning the greeting, nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too. He can come on Sundays as long as he doesn't have to do any homework in the evening. He can come on the come on connection Sundays as he doesn't have to do any homework in the evening. And evening is two syllables, not evening. Eve, like this. Evening. He can. So the can, it just kind of disappears. You can't hear the can at all. It sounds like can. He can. He can come on Sundays as long as he doesn't have to do any homework in the evening. And this originally said we should have, but I would, anytime you can make something a contraction in speech, do. So I changed it to should have. And now should have visited. You have two V's next to each other. Should have visited. So keep your V going, no stopping. We should have visited some more. Some more has one M. Castles. And there's no T, just castles. We should have visited some more castles while we were traveling through the back roads of France. I changed the S to a Z to remind you to make the connection with the Z, roads of. It's a long sentence. We should have visited some more castles while we were traveling through the back roads of France. They've had, I changed this to they've had to they've had. So the oo and to changes to and the t changes to a d because it's between two voiced sounds. They've had to work hard these last few months on, you can connect months on, their challenging experiment. Experiment. The I doesn't sound like experiment. Experiment. They've had to work hard these last few months on their challenging experiment. Think about this one because I really messed this up the first time I said it. There's a lot of movement. Astronomical improvement. Astronomical. Astronomical. Daniel has an astronomical improvement in his math scores. Daniel has an, it's going to push together. Daniel has an astronomical improvement in his math scores. And you can say in his, you don't have to say the H in his, in his. I'll figure out what I want to do with the rest of my day. You don't have to say a perfect I'll figure out. You can make it a little more lazy I'll, and you can make it even really lazy I'll, because it's not going to be as important as the verb figure out. I'll figure out, and then what I wanna do. What I wanna do. What I wanna do with the rest of my day. You don't have to say of resta. So altogether, I'll figure out what I want to do with the rest of my day. My father-in-law thinks, my father-in-law thinks she. You don't have to have a perfect thinks she, the S and the SH both. Thinks she. You can blend it together. My father-in-law thinks she owes me an apology. Thinks she owes me an apology. It sounds like an apology. The surgery would take no more than 1.5 hours. There's not a lot of connections or changes here. Just remember that it doesn't have to sound like 1.5 hours. You don't have to say the and with a D. You can say 1.5. 1.5. The surgery would take no more than 1.5 hours. My dog picks them up and hides them all over the house. So you can keep the THs, picks them up, and hides them, or you can make it shorter by taking off the TH. Picks them up changes to picks them up, and hides them changes to hides them. So that way it would sound like my dog picks them up and hides them all over the house. My dog picks them up and hides them all over the house. And that's all we got to. So I will put 12, 13, 14 on not next week because I won't be meeting on the 27th. I'll be meeting on November 3rd. So these will move over to November 3rd. And I'm not going to open November 3rd spreadsheet up for edits until the 3rd so that only the people that are attending will get to hear their sentences practiced. That's it. I'm glad you could come. And if not, I hope you can join us on another Wednesday. Have a good day.